Are you interested in long distance motorcycle travel? Or maybe you're interested in Australia. If either of those things are true, then this video might interest you. Hello, my name is Daniel Copeland. My wife, Liz, and I just returned from Australia. We went to Perth, rented a motorcycle, rode across the continent to Sydney and beyond. We spent about 34 days on the motorcycle, in fact, and we're going to show and share those videos with you. So let me talk a little bit about what we do and what we don't do. We are not professionals, and you've probably figured that out already. We're doing this to capture the memories for ourselves and to share our trip and our adventure with our friends and family. The process that we use, the way we set up our equipment, is a little different than a professional moto vlogger might do. We don't use that chin mount. I don't narrate the video. And there's some reasons for that. The primary reason is that my wife is on the back of the motorcycle. She actually is doing all the video work. She's got a remote. She decides when to turn it on, turn it off. So I couldn't narrate it if I wanted to. Other reason we have it on the top of the helmet is because sometimes the remote and the GoPro aren't hooked up, and we'd have to pull over. Sometimes that's not safe or convenient to get things going again. And so she can just reach up and start the camera, with one touch and shut it back off. And then we can, fix things the next time we stop for a coffee or something. There's some, drawbacks to putting it up there. One is the noise. You get more wind noise up there. I put a wind sock on my camera this time. I think it helped a little, but I don't think it's going to be good enough to have much ambient noise back there on our video. So since I don't narrate while we're riding, I might do a voiceover here and there just to, explain something rather than, typing it out on the screen. Kind of see how that goes and decide which way I like to do it better. And so, what else? We rented a motorcycle in Perth from a company called Bike Round Oz, and they are great to work with. If you're interested in doing a motorcycle tour in Australia, I'd highly recommend them. They have depots around the country, so there's different places you can pick up the bike and, different packages you could put together. And if I can figure out how to do it, I'm going to put a link down below to Bike Round Oz. But Mark and those people were excellent to work with. We also worked with them when we did New Zealand a few years ago, and have nothing but good things to say about them. So we rented a BMW 1250 RT, which is just a newer bike than the model we ride at home. So that was very comfortable for us. And we picked it up on a Monday. We flew in, got there on Friday. So the weekend we spent seeing the sights of Perth, and we went to Fremantle. And we'll have those coming up in a video. Probably the weekend will be one video. It'll be mostly pictures, maybe a few videos that we took with our iPhones. And I think that's about it. The rest of this video will be kind of having a little fun on our way to Perth, and some photographs from our afternoon and evening there. We walked down to the Elizabeth Quay and had some dinner, and then we went home crashed because I'll tell you, we were tired. It's a long flight getting there. Well worth it though. Highly recommend it. Without further ado, I'll see you down under, and good night.
So yeah, we're headed to Boise Airport, and then we're going to San Francisco, and then we are going to Australia. Yes, we are. So yeah, here I am, Boise Airport, and our flight leaves in about an hour, I guess. We'll be headed to San Francisco next. Give you a little look around. About to start this journey.
So yeah, here we go. We're flying from Boise, Idaho to San Francisco. This one ain't too bad, a little less than 2 hours.
So So here I am, San Francisco Airport, and our flight is delayed, but we should still get to Sydney on time. Check in when we are down under. Here she comes with food.
Yes, when you know it.
Here we go, San Francisco to Sydney, Australia. This one's like 13 and a half hours on the plane. Not easy. Buckle up and get ready.
So yeah, here I am, Perth Carousel, waiting for our luggage, and we are tired.
Our last leg, Sydney to Perth. 5 hours, doesn't seem bad, but it's long after that flight to Sydney, and they don't offer you much, just tea. This one was tough. Traveling to Australia goes like this. We got on the plane about 7 o'clock Wednesday evening, and we arrived in Perth on Friday. About 3 o'clock, we got to our motel. That's a long time in the air. There's quite a time difference, and our goal was to stay awake. So we did some walking around, went and had dinner down by Elizabeth Quay, and sharing some photographs here from that evening. It was a long day, but it worked pretty well. We got to bed, and the next day we were feeling all right. Never really suffered much in the way of jet lag. We spent the weekend getting acquainted with Perth and Fremantle. I'll show you those photographs in the next video. So, from Idaho, this is Dan. Peace out.